Hello, I'm Larissa Rubijevsky with Remax Estate Properties.
I am Mike Bjork with First California Mortgage, and welcome to South Bay Market Reports.
Today we are talking about appraisers. Appraisers, catch us if you can. When we just started our video blog productions for you, we were talking about the appraisers, but the appraisers at that time, about 2 years ago, they were different, and the main issue that we had were the appraisers that were coming from different areas, not knowing the local markets. Now things changed. Banks actually are quite approving about being more selective in terms of the professional that they're sending out. However, the market rose so quickly and so dramatically that sometimes appraised values, they are very much sluggish and they are not really keeping up with the market reality. For example, last year we improved,
I would say between 15 and 18% just in that whole year.
The whole year, but for the last couple of months, we improved almost 10 to 12%. Depending on the area, of course.
Yeah.
That's how quickly the market moving forward, and appraisers are a little bit more slow behind.
Yeah.
Now that creates huge problems. Demand, unfortunately, is so overwhelming, and supply is so dry, and appraisers are so stubborn with the comps that they have to deal with. And again, under no circumstances I'm trying to criticize those fine professionals, to my opinion. However, we have a lot of challenges to deal with because of that. If you are a seller, for example, woohoo, I have 50 offers on my place, it went over the asking price by 20%, now what?
Well, if it went over by 20%, you can do a couple different options. We can obviously, in this market, you may not be able to renegotiate with the seller because you got a lot of cash buyers out there or people with a lot of money, but you can go back and if you have the comps to support it, you can come back and rebut the appraisal. And another option would be to change the loan program. You might come up with, let's say, for example, you had 20% down payment, but maybe you come in with you finance with higher financing in that scenario.
So in this market, to make an offer work, you really have to be prepared. And again, as Mike said, we first of all need to run the comps to make sure that the value that you as a buyer or you as a seller accepting, it's not going to be overwhelming for the bank or for the appraiser to analyze and present to the bank. Now, numbers and market analysis, that's the most important strategy to figure out before you make your move. Be prepared with the comps. If I'm the listing agent, trust me, I will be sitting with my comps in my hand and with my smile on my face, greeting and treating as a royalty that appraiser to make sure that he understands the market, he understands the comparables, and he compare apples to apples in this situation. If you are a buyer's agent or if you're a buyer, as Mike said again, make sure that before you enter the escrow, maybe you need to deal with more money down. You need to come up with some cash to compensate between appraised value and the purchase price. And of course, variety of loan options are extremely important.
Yeah, I mean, you could do, for example, jumbos with $1 million property sales price, and it comes in just a little bit under, maybe you come out with 20% and that's all you have, and maybe the appraisal comes in 5%. We could potentially change that from a jumbo to maybe high balance here in LA because of the high balance conforming limits, and then add a home equity line of credit so that we're still not paying home insurance.
Right. So it's not as scary and overwhelming as you might think or feel or experienced. If you are prepared, and that's what we're here for, to make sure that we're educating you on your options, to making sure that you are picking the right option for your specific situation. I'm Larissa with Remax Estate Properties.
And I'm Mike Bjork with First California Mortgage.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody, thanks for watching and staying with us on this bonus track here. This is Mike Bjork, and I just want to give you an illustration of another synopsis of what you could potentially do in case you are in a situation where you have an appraisal value that's much lower than your sales price, but primarily because maybe you're not getting the comps that you need to support the higher sales price in this type of changing market that's dramatically increasing. we're going to use the illustration here that would be a higher price property, $1 million sales price. Now, let's say, for example, you only have 20% down or $200,000 for the down payment in this scenario. That would give you a jumbo loan at $800,000. Now, let's say the appraisal came in 5% lower, which would be $950,000 or $50,000 lower, and you just don't have that extra $50,000 to compensate for that lower appraisal. And of course, you really want this property, but the seller's not willing to renegotiate because he probably had other buyers or other people offering on the same property and probably could get the $1 million. So here's what we could do. We could restructure the new loan by in this situation having a conventional high balance of $625,500. That's the current high balance limit for Los Angeles area. This one, obviously, this particular scenario won't work for you that are not in a high balance or at the maximum amount of $625,500. So you really have to pay special attention to these and work with a loan officer that would best know your area that could be able to provide you the best solution to meet your needs. So in this scenario, we have a first mortgage at $625,500, and then we get a home equity line of credit as a second position at $174,500. So what this does is it still keeps you at the $200,000 down, gives you a total loan at $800,000. So to the lender's point of view, it's not a 20% down payment, but closer to about a 15% down payment, primarily because of that 5% correction. So it's basically just structured a little bit differently to purchase your dream home and help you out. I hope this helps you out. If you guys got any questions, stay tuned. You'll see Larissa's of my contact information. Feel free to contact us anytime.